It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Tuesday, the 11th of November. It is Veterans Day 2025. I'm Michael Groff. The weather around here pretty quiet again today. Dry conditions, temperatures remaining above seasonal averages. We will have some high clouds around at times, but an increase in clouds looks likely tomorrow and Thursday, but temperatures will remain rather warm. But the big pattern change, this highly anticipated, much advertised change in the overall weather pattern starts on Friday. Increasing clouds, wind, chances of rain, maybe some thunderstorms in the afternoon, and of course, mountain snow will be possible as well. And oh yeah, those temperatures, they're going way down. Friday should see afternoon highs drop a good 10 to 15 degrees, and a further drop in afternoon highs is expected on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and those overnight lows will be getting cooler as well. The coolest weather we've had in about 8 months around here. So get ready for it. Of course, there's still a lot of questions as to where, when, how much precipitation there will be, how long it lasts, how cool it gets. Well, yeah, we'll try to figure out those answers to the best of our ability as we dive on in and discuss. All right, let's get to it. The almanac from yesterday, 88 degrees, the afternoon high here in Phoenix after a morning low of 66. 79 and 56 are the averages for this time of year. There's that record high of 91 degrees back in 2009. We were just shy of that. There were a few record highs across the region yesterday, including at Yuma and Imperial. All right, looking outside here. Just after 9 o'clock, we've got a few clouds out there right now. We're sitting at 66 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points at 35, relative humidity 32%, though winds are light, and the barometer 30.12 inches and rising. Satellite picture out here across the west. We're starting to see that change very slowly beginning to take place. High pressure is still in control for the most part. High clouds are looming off to the west. A few high clouds will drift through today. A further increase in clouds tomorrow and Thursday as that big batch of clouds you see off to the west kind of comes our way. This is in association with a rather large upper trough that's going to drop southward and pull some decent amounts of moisture up here into the southwestern United States. And our forecast is going to get rather complex regarding that. But again, we'll outline some of those complications in modeling here in just a moment. The watch warning map. Freeze warnings from Texas through the southeast United States down into Florida. Red flag warnings, parts of South Florida. And yeah, it is very chilly. That's their first real blast of fall air all the way down to the Gulf Coast. And we've had sub-freezing temperatures there. So yeah, a big change in the weather pattern over there. For us right now, things are quiet, but signs of things to come. Those winter weather advisories and those wind advisories and all of that beginning to show up out here in the west in anticipation of a rather large trough that's coming into the region over the next couple of days. Convective outlook for today with much of the nation in cool, stable air. No organized severe weather, not even so much as a single clap of thunder across the lower 48. Tropics, speaking of quiet, just dead silent out here in the Atlantic, Caribbean, and Gulf of Mexico. We expect that to continue for at least the next 7 days. East Pacific, pretty much the same story. No sign of any development out here. And that might be it for the tropical season. But, of course, hurricane season does run through the 30th of November, so we'll keep you posted. All right, now this is an interesting graphic right here. The precipitation outlook valid through Tuesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, according to the WPC. They've got us between about an inch to an inch and a half here. And these numbers are quite a bit different than what we were showing you yesterday. Seen kind of a little bit of a flip-flop here. And that is because there's much better model agreement as to a more significant widespread rain event across a good portion of the state. And of course, just north of us, up across the rim country, we could see in excess of 2 inches of rain. And we also will have the possibility of some snow falling, especially above 6,500 feet for the rim. Northern Arizona, up around Flagstaff, could see some snow. Now, this isn't going to be a big blanket of snow necessarily. It's still a little iffy as to how much snow there will be, but certainly some snowflakes will be flying. And further up, yes, there will be a decent amount of snow for the San Francisco peaks, the higher elevations. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting forecast. So let's figure it out right now. What might happen let's take a look at those models. Here we go. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. The upper look at 500 millibars. This is about 18,000 feet up. Big trough exiting the east coast. Still the cool air persists there. High pressure is in control for us right now. And that developing trough out there well off the Pacific Northwest coast and a subsequent low to the south of it. So what it all means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day today, we'll call it mostly sunny in Phoenix. Some clouds across the state today, but mainly high clouds. Again, more sun than clouds for the day today. High temperatures will top out again in the mid to possibly upper 80s. Maybe low 90s for the warmest desert spots of southwest Arizona, southeast California. Okay, for tonight, partly cloudy, overnight lows, mainly in the 50s in the cool spots. Mid to upper 50s, the cool spots, low to mid 60s in the urban core. And then for tomorrow, it's basically the same story, but a few more clouds will start to come into the mix. Partly cloudy, high temperatures, topping out again, mid 80s, maybe upper 80s. Warmest desert spots close to 90. Here's Thursday, highs mid 80s in Phoenix. Again, sky partly cloudy. We'll see a further increase in clouds as we go through the day. And there's that trough looming off to the west of us. Plenty of rain for the California coast. Snow is going to start to pick up in the Sierra and up across the Pacific Northwest. But again, it'll be pretty quiet here on Thursday, but that's going to start to change as we go into the day on Friday. This low drops into the southwest and begins to close off. And you saw this in our thumbnail. We'll start to see more of that difluent flow setting up. Now, the GFS has actually slowed down the onset of the precipitation. And it is quite possible that at least a portion of the day on Friday stays dry here in Phoenix. And we don't actually see the rain start to come in until later in the day with maybe a few thunderstorms as well. And some rain and snow showers picking up across northern Arizona. High temperatures in Phoenix, that's going to be a tricky part here. Depending on that, when that rain comes in, we may wind up getting well up into the 70s, maybe close to 80 on Friday. Right now, we have the official high temperature here set in the mid 70s, about 75 degrees, but that might have to be adjusted. It just depends on the timing of this. And really, all the global models have slowed this down ever so slightly. And we're going to see that, some minor adjustments to this forecast, but it sure looks like rain is just looming off to the west and it'll start to come in late in the afternoon and toward the evening on Friday with, again, some scattered thunderstorms in there as well. We don't anticipate any severe weather per se, but some thunderstorms that do occur, at least the widely scattered storms that we see here in the lower deserts, would be capable of producing some gusty winds and maybe even a little bit of small hail. So we'll keep you posted on that. It's also going to turn windy, the gradient winds. This is a pretty cold system. So especially over Southern California, we could see winds easily pushing 40 miles per hour, some blowing dust out that way. And even here in the Phoenix area, we'll see winds maybe 20, 25 miles per hour, maybe a gust to 30 can't be ruled out. It'll be windy across northern Arizona as well. So right now, kind of bump that rain chance up into about the 50% bracket, but we'll have to fine tune that forecast a bit. I think Friday night and Saturday might look like the better time frame for all this. This is Saturday off the GFS, and certainly it shows the bulk of the precipitation actually occurring on Saturday, with rain showers, maybe a few thunderstorms as well. But again, this is not necessarily a severe weather setup. This is just a big kind of stratiform rain potentially. It really depends on how this plays out, but moisture advection looks like it's a little bit better than initially thought here. And that's why those QPF numbers from the WPC have gone way up. We're expecting now over an inch of rain in Phoenix from this entire event. And we could see some snow up north. As for exactly how much, well, unfortunately, the models are kind of all over the place. But the ground is pretty warm, and temperatures with this system, while they certainly will be cooler relative to where we have been, not necessarily favorable for keeping the snow to stick on the ground up in Flagstaff. So, if you're heading up north looking for a winter wonderland, you'll see some snowflakes, but you'll have to go up a little higher in elevation to really see them sticking. All right, high temperatures, this is the big story. So we'll go from near 90, today, and across some of the deserts. We'll be down in the 60s on Saturday, maybe mid 60s, upper 60s. Now, this system will start to move on out as we go to Sunday, and high temperatures will be still in the mid to upper 60s. Still a slight chance we could see some showers around here as the upper low is going to be kind of slow to move out. Maybe a little wraparound moisture. This is Monday. And a follow-up system is likely to start to drop on in and close off into another upper low off the Southern California coast. We'll paint in a very small chance of a shower in here next Monday. Not anticipating anything overly widespread. In fact, just isolated showers, but still kind of an unsettled weather pattern. So partly sunny, high temperatures, still upper 60s to low 70s. That's below average, so it's going to feel quite a bit different. And by the way, those overnight lows this weekend and early next week will be in the 40s for many people, depending on how much moisture is around, maybe low 50s in the urban core, but it's going to be a lot cooler than it has been. That's great news, though, because it means turning off the AC, opening the doors, the windows, getting the fresh air in here. That'll be very, very nice. A week from today, this is Tuesday, the 18th, and the GFS has that upper low just looming to the west of us. Now, model solutions are quite diverse out here. We have seen a number of different solutions, but if the GFS is right, this system is just going to draw some moisture in. We'll see some rain across Southern California. Eventually, that moisture will start to come our way once again for another round of precipitation out here by the middle or perhaps the latter part of next week, depending on how that plays out. But if we take this at face value, we'd at least have clouds and maybe some occasional showers around next week. So high temperatures would remain at or below seasonal averages, staying in the upper 60s to mid 70s here in Phoenix. And pretty much the same story. This is Wednesday, the 19th. This is Thursday, the 20th. GFS finally begins to move that low our way, maybe weakening it as it does, but still a chance at showers around here. So we could have a pretty unsettled pattern. Not saying it rains nonstop, just these kind of on again, off again showers and a broadly unsettled pattern with lots of clouds and temperatures hanging below average for the most part. And you know what? I'm fine with that. Let's look at the European AI. This is next Tuesday, the 18th. It's got more of an open wave, a positively tilted trough coming in. And that would still look like it could bring in some showers around here and some higher elevation snow potentially. Not maybe as robust, but still this is a slower moving solution. And so we'd have at least a couple of days where we could see some precipitation as we go into next week, according to the Euro AI. And speaking of those rain totals and those ensembles, let's take a look at those. This is the rainfall for Phoenix out through the 24th of November off the GFS ensemble. My goodness, there's a lot of red on here. The ensemble mean is up at about 2 inches. You got some individual members that are well above that. Boy, how about this for a change of pace, huh? All right. The Euro ensemble here, 51 members, and the ensemble mean about 1.5 inches. The Euro AI, about 2 inches. This is pretty remarkable. And that's not just from this event Friday, Saturday. This is denoting the next couple of weeks are going to be very active here across the Southwest, and we'll see lots of rain. Now, this is a very good indication that significant precipitation is expected here across much of Arizona, really starting Friday and continuing through late November. And that's great news for a state that could desperately use the precipitation. Get a good early start to the snowfall up north and really get those reservoirs going and everything. So we hope that this does come to fruition. But maybe these totals are overdone. It's hard to say. I mean, 2 inches, that's a lot, but never know. The Euro AI really has nailed it the last few months. The reliability of this ensemble has been great, as anybody that's been watching these videos will tell you. So while it looks like it's overperforming, we will see how that plays out as we go through the next couple of weeks. Meanwhile, temperatures off the national blend of models. Look at that. Yes, we are quite warm today, tomorrow, Thursday, and then a big drop in temps, and we'll stay in the 60s to near 70 this weekend and through much of next week. Those overnight lows, that's at Sky Harbor, right around 50 degrees, and many spots are going to be down in the 40s, so it's going to finally feel like fall around here. And lastly, let's check out the Climate Prediction Center outlook, the 8 to 14 day period, November 18th through the 24th. This works out. Temperatures, the probability is heavily skewed toward below average out here through much of the West, including Arizona. Precipitation, meanwhile, is heavily skewed toward above average. So again, this kind of goes along with what we're showing in the ensemble data. The CPC guys, they think that we're going to have below average temperatures, above average precipitation. And that is my absolute favorite combination here in Arizona. Now, we all know that this winter could very well turn out, since it's a La Nina, turn out to be the opposite of this with above average temps and below average precipitation. So let's enjoy it while we've got it, right? All right, that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. And should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell. Leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you're really enjoying what we do here, you want to support the channel, and of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Well, then be sure to click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube. We had a couple of people do that yesterday, and you know what I just did here? I had their names, and my goodness, I just lost it. But yes, you click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube, make that monetary contribution to us, and that is greatly appreciated. We could not do this without you guys helping us out, and it really goes a long way. Our PayPal, groffshow@gmail.com is the PayPal address. It is groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. Our Venmo is also linked up down in the description below. Michael-Groff-37. I know it just rolls off the tongue naturally when you've got that, so there you go. And I want to make sure I acknowledge these folks that have donated to us. MPLS Gordon 2 donated to us yesterday, as well as K Murray 4005. And again, I really do appreciate that. You guys are legends, and thank you so much for helping us out. All right, the executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Blogs, videos, everything Michelle related, Kylie related, Adriana related. It's all linked up down in the description below. I want you to check out Dan over at the Courtroom Files YouTube channel, the Courtroom Files on YouTube, courtroomfiles.com for all your Courtroom Files merch. He's actually broadcasting live while I record this, but I did have to record a video today, of course. The weather doesn't take a day off. Why should I, right? And Dan's not taking a day off today either. He's streaming live over there right now at the Courtroom Files YouTube channel. And then tonight, as if that's not enough, tonight, 8 p.m. East, 5 p.m. Pacific, please tune in for Sidebar. We'll be on live again tonight there. All right. I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for all that you do. All your support really does mean a lot to me. Helps us out and helps out Freya. And that's super important because Freya needs her cat treats and her cat food and all that stuff. Right now, she's watching my iPad or my tablet. She's watching birds on the tablet. Mike, why aren't you using your tablet? I'm sorry, my cat's using it right now. I can't. All right. We might have to limit her screen time. I don't know. All right, anyway, thank you guys again so much. Appreciate it. Please, though, be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and have yourselves an absolutely amazing rest of your Tuesday.